What's up, everybody? It's your boy Eric from Easy Computer Solutions, and this is Saturday Night Tech Talk. I want to say what's up to everybody. Damn, all my gadgets going off. I got like 16 phones sitting in front of me, and all of them going off at the same time. I want to say what's up to everybody. This is your boy Eric from Easy Computer Solutions, and welcome to Saturday Night Tech Talk. I got my man Julian in the building. Man,
what it do?
What's up with you? And I got Catwoman in the building from Tech Valley, Catwoman, however you want to say it, but she's a VIP on my Wine Wednesday. Woo!
Hello, everyone. Glad to be here on Saturday. I'm glad to be here with the king of the notes.
What it do? I just got kind of jealous, man. You said Wine Wednesdays. It's been a minute.
Oh, I ain't had no Wine Wednesday. Julian, man, welcome back to the click, man.
Hey, my pleasure, man. It's been a minute. Yeah, man. Y'all still keeping everything rolling like y'all supposed to.
Yeah, up. Man. Look, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Every time I think about this, the note, I always refer back to your video, man. I go back and say, man, yeah, note 5. I'm like, yeah, I be dancing. Note 5. You know, I'm like, yeah, my boy Julian. Hey, look, and you got the S Pen.
I knew that had to be put in there, man. One of my buddies. My buddy said every time he click his pen, he think of me, man. That's funny.
Yeah, man. Look, that's the most awesomest video out on YouTube, man, when it come down to phones, man. I mean, I'm like, damn, that's what I'm talking about. Man, that was good, man. So what you into right now, man?
Man, man, I don't even know where to begin. Honestly, a lot of stuff popping off, man. A lot of stuff. As far as tech goes, I mean, the biggest thing right now for us is Teach Me Tech. Y'all Google that, teachmetech.info, Tech Learning Academy. We're about to bring it to YouTube right now. We're just trying to sort out, you know, how to bring it, the best way to bring it. Really, like I said, that's what I'm thinking of doing with my channel. You know what I'm saying? So it may, you know, converge, or it may merge into that channel, you know, in the future. It's going to be, you know, along the same lines and stuff like that, but it's going to be heavily tech related on all different realms of tech. So, I mean, in the tech world, that's what it is. Other than that, it's a whole lot of music, a lot of the Lord's work going on. Yeah, man, everything popping off. That's
what I'm talking about, man. Look, I remember way back, I think with the Note 8, I mean, the Galaxy S8. I think you were the first one that I saw had the Galaxy S8, because you had an outside video. You had all up laid in the grass, man. And like 2 months before the phone even came out. I'm like, man, how Julia do this?
Yeah, he was the first one to have the Moto Z as well.
Yeah. I'm like, man, how you get it before all the big boys, man? That's like, wow, that's what I'm talking about. You got it like before the keto to dress and shit come out.
Well, the secret is simple, man. Your first name has to be Listen, your middle name has to be Tu, and your last name has to be Julian. You put them all together, you'll get them, man.
It is. Listen to Julian.
Yeah, it's been heartbreaking though. I haven't even looked at tech, man. Like, I ain't bought nothing. I don't even know what's going on, honestly. Like, somebody had to remind me that we got a new phone coming out, and I'm like, oh man, we got to get on it. So
yeah,
let's see. I might have that thing early too, but who knows?
I'll be stalking your channel.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Man, I went to your channel the other day, not too long ago. I see you got a doggone music video with the channel going on. So I'm like, look at my boy, man. Look at him.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually working on my second music video, man. So I got my first music video out, and I'm working on my second music video, man. That's gonna be nice, man. It's gonna be nice. So, yeah, man, I'm into music videos with tech. You know, I mean, I got all kinds of little stuff going on, you know.
I'm still in here, man. I never let y'all hear the S7 Edge review. Y'all ain't hear the one for the S8. I had them, man. I ain't get around to making the videos, man.
Yeah.
It's a nice little blend. I like that
rap review on the S8 or the Note 8. The Note 8 rap review.
And I had one for that too. I felt bad I didn't do it. I started it and just never got back around to it.
Never too late.
Hey, so y'all still rocking Note 7s, right?
Yep. I got my beautiful baby right here.
Look at it. Note 7. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Hold on.
See, I'm the dumb one, right? T-Mobile like called me up, hey, you got to return your phone. I'm like, oh, I think I had three Note 7s, right? And I'm like, ugh, and I returned them. And you know how stupid it was? I feel dumb right now because I sit up there on YouTube talk about the phone is worthless. I was telling everybody, this return your phone. I'm like telling everybody return their phones. I'm like, man, the phone. And I'm sitting up there like, I'm crying at night. Why did I give up my Note 7? I'm like, I'm the dumbest person on the planet. And people like, easy, why are you giving up your Note 7? I'm like, I don't know.
Note 7 is
so
like
y'all rocking. Oh man, Note 7, man.
Solid phone.
The greatest phone on earth. Yeah. And you know the bad thing about it? I made bash videos about the Note 8. The Note 7 because I was having problems with the Note 7 with heating issues and performance issues. So I was making bad videos about the Note 7. That's crazy.
All right. I haven't had one problem. You know the only problem with my Note 7 right now? It's actually strange. My only problem is where the fingerprint is, man. Like I don't even like the fingerprints on the front no more.
Oh, you don't?
It's like I gotta readjust my hand. It's not, I don't know. I done got too used to doing it on the back. I didn't think I was gonna like it at first, but then like how I use Bixby with it, it's just like it's like right there with the Bixby button. And I use Bixby like crazy. So I don't know, man. And when I pick up my phone, I'm like, sucks. I gotta go to it. I mean, it's nice when it's on the table. Right? When it's on the table, it's nice. But aside from that, man, that's the only thing I can say I don't like about that phone. But yeah, it's a classic. It ain't going nowhere.
That's what I'm talking about. So let's go and give some shots out to people in the building. We got Timmy in the tech reviews in the building. Never let the Note 7 go. Always on deck. Just ask Tech Valor about cases.
Yep, gonna be putting out them cases tomorrow.
That's what I'm talking about. Art Dog is in the building. He asking for Julian Channel. Also, I Tech Out Guy. What's up with you? Big Dog is in the building. He got the Razer phone. I seen him posted. I seen him post some Razer phone videos. Yeah, he posted some Razer phone videos in the Telegram chat. It's looking good. So we got Big Dog in the building. Also, Tells B is in the building, and we got Albert U is in the building. What's up with you? And we got my man Rez in the building. Everybody in the building. I Take You Out, guys. Says I like the fingerprint scan in the front.
Yo, I've been gone so long. They done came out with a Razer phone, man. Are you kidding me? What they want to bring the sidekick back next, man? Yo, is it Android?
Yeah, it's Android.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I want to. Is it flip?
You've been out the game too long. No, I know flip. It's a high end. The same specs. 835 processor, 6 gigs of RAM. I believe it has the next big Robin body style, but it's all aluminum. And it has 120 hertz refresh rate on the display. Which nobody's doing that right now besides Razer. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's the Razer phone right there. It's a beautiful phone, man.
What's the response to it in comparison to the Z2 Force?
Well, I haven't saw any comparison videos with the Z2 Force, but the Z2 Force is cheap right now. I mean, you could get that phone for like $300.
Yeah, I got
a high end.
Yeah, I was heartbroken, man. I had so many of those. I had to let them go for like $300-400. I was like, man, come on now.
Yeah, the value of it dropped big time. But it's pretty.
It's pretty.
It's pretty,
and these
man.
are the speakers up here. So these are the speakers up here, and the speakers down here, and the screen is 120 hertz refresh rate. If only the camera was good. Oh, I would have gotten it.
But you know what, Tech Valor? Let me tell you something, Catwoman. That's the same thing happened to the Essential phone. It was dog meat when it first came out. And then after a whole bunch of updates, now the camera's supposed to be King Supreme. I don't know.
If they come out with an update on the camera, then I'll snatch that up, Oh, and it has a dongle too. No, I don't like that. It has a dongle.
Oh yeah, no headphone.
But it's the only phone with a black dongle. So at least
y'all help for that. Y'all help for that. I still remember that. I was on a Wine Wednesday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up to everybody in the chat too, man? See y'all. What it do?
Yeah, and you know what's gonna happen? Like I say, all they're gonna do is do like with the Essential phone. When the Essential phone first came out, I mean, everybody dogged the phone. Talk about it was the worst phone on the planet. Then all of a sudden, the updates. Now it's the best phone on the planet. Also, the price dropped like to $400.
Yeah.
So once the price dropped, and all the updates. Yeah. So we got a few more weeks, guys, and some people got the Galaxy S9 already. Some people might, Julie might, I might, somebody might, Take Valor might. So the Galaxy S9 is coming out at MWC in about 2 weeks, right? And for all the stuff that we know about the Galaxy S9, I don't know. You think you're going to be impressed with it?
Well, can I be like? Oh, go ahead.
No, am I going to be impressed with it? I'm 50-50. I want to be so badly, but I just have this feeling inside that I'm not.
Yeah.
My question is, what do we know about it? Because I'm like I said, man, I've been gone.
All right, so here's what we know about it, right? Basically, almost the same body style of source of the Galaxy S8. Obviously, they're gonna move the fingerprint scanner. They had to do that. That had to be a design that they have to do. Also, we got the latest specs: 845 processor, 4 or 6 gigs of RAM, but I think they're gonna go with the 4 gigs of RAM. And that's
stereo
it.
Speakers at the bottom.
Stereo speakers. And also, I'm sorry, the biggest one is going to be $100 more than the Galaxy S8.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't say anything that warrants that $100 increase.
The camera. They moved the camera, man. It's from here to here. That's it. They moved the camera. And then also the plus model going to get dual cameras. But they moved it. The fingerprint scanner going to be right there, man. Man, that's what $100 is, man. The fingerprint scanner.
Well, no, it's supposed to have the same camera that's on their flip phone. I forgot the name of it. It's like supposed to have like the best camera out there is like F34 or something. I don't know what those camera specs mean.
Oh, but they're saying
the best low light camera and stuff like that.
But let me tell you something.
You still have to tap the screen.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing about the cameras. Y'all know I've been talking about Samsung cameras for about a year. I mean, I am not a fan. Well, I love Samsung devices. See, people get my words all misconstrued when I make these videos. I love Samsung devices because I use them every day, but I don't like the cameras because the cameras shooting at high frame rates, not in my book. I can't use it at high frame rates. And I know what people say, well, easy. The average consumer don't be going through all the modes and all that stuff like that. Hey, man, listen. When you paying $1,000 for a phone and I get a disclaimer in the camera app and I got a 200 phone sitting right here that can shoot in 60 frames per second with no problems, but all of a sudden I got a $1,000 phone that can't shoot and I got to tap the screen and shit, I got a problem with that.
I noticed that recently, man. Like it's something going on when you have them in the high frame. I was like, hold on, because I've been shooting like that for a minute and I didn't have an issue until I think the first phone I noticed that on, it was either the S8. I think it was either the S8 or the Note 8. It was one of them where I noticed that on. Because I don't recall that issue beforehand, but recently I was like, hold on, man. I went back and even looked at some of my videos after I had rendered them, and I thought it was the rendering. I looked at the raw version of the video before any editing, and I'm sitting here like, yeah, that's there on all of them. Mm-hmm. That's strange though. But you said you got a message. There was a disclaimer about that.
Yeah. And look, we don't know. And you know what? Shout out to my VIPs that's gonna probably get this video tonight. I got the Galaxy S8 Active. Just got it about a week ago, right? The same problem. But what's happening is, and let me go into the camera app. Samsung, not quietly. I mean, they put a disclaimer in. It's a disclaimer in here. Let's go to video. All right, so let me turn this down a little bit. The brightness. All right, so shit, that's too low.
I can't see nothing.
This is the flip phone, by the way, you guys. So this is the one that has
I want that
W2008. That's the one that has the best camera.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Yeah,
I want a flip phone, man.
Out of any Samsung phones, that camera is going to be put in the S9. So that's why they're like reimagining the camera. So I'm trying to find what is this. Okay, it's f1.6 lens. I don't know what that means, but
so lower aperture. You got better low light.
By the LG30 with the so this is what the camera could do. It's like supposed to be the shit. So we'll see.
Yeah. All right. So look at the disclaimer here. All right, for everybody to see this. Let's see if I can get that in focus. I don't know if it could be in focus or not, but let me read it. If you got a Galaxy phone, then you go into your camera app, you see these disclaimers. They say the following features cannot be used while recording in UHD, QHD, and FHD at 60 frames resolution, HDR, video effects, and tracking autofocus. All right. So that means that tracking autofocus does not work at high frame rates. Now you have to tap the screen in order for it to focus. Now that's the issue I've been having for a very long time until somebody pointed that out to me in the comments. They say they're easy. It's a disclaimer in the app. What are you talking about? Why you keep dogging out Samsung devices when it's a disclaimer in the app? So I looked at it like, what? Well, I'll be goddamn. I ain't never knew. But I thought the
tracking autofocus was when there's like a subject that's moving constantly.
Yeah, so you can follow versus just that.
Right, because I saw that.
Too. I thought that too, but if you shoot that 30 frames and then you switch to 60 frames and you do the same thing,
I'm sure you notice a difference. Yeah, definitely. Because that tracking autofocus is dope.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out. You said 1.6 means more light coming in. That's what it means. That more light comes into the lens. And then No 8 is Boss said it's actually going to be a 1.5 aperture. It's no longer going to be a 1.6.
Hey, No 8 is Boss. What it do?
But the thing about it is, I think, in my opinion, the camera's going to be good at default. All right. And a lot of people have been arguing me down, said the easy, wait till the S9, wait till the S9. They're going to fix all the problems. And hey, listen, I bring it to the table because once I get the S9, listen, I always tell people, I think people be telling me, the first thing people tell me is when I make a video about a Galaxy phone, you get paid by Apple. Now, I just did a funeral video on the Apple device. I just did a funeral video on the iPhone 10. I've been doing funeral videos, right? So if I did a funeral video on the iPhone, how do I get paid by Apple when I make a video about a Samsung phone? So
you're a double agent.
I know I'm a double agent, but listen, I use my Galaxy Note 8 almost every day in DeX. But one of the reasons DeX is
it changed the game, man. It changed the game for real for multitaskers, man.
When I tell you DeX it makes me. I'm gonna tell you this much. I'm gonna just be honest with you. If you didn't have an S Pen and you didn't have DeX, I probably would never use a Galaxy Note because I could get the same performance out of HTC U11. I get good performance out of a Pixel. So you got options, but Samsung brought something to the table that nobody else has done. Right. Now, Huawei have got the Mate 10 can do this DeX stuff too. So maybe I'm not sure.
Right. Without those features, man, the only other thing that I like about the phone, like the only other thing that the Note has over it, or the other Galaxy devices, is how you got the utilization of multi-window, pop-out window, this, that, and the third, and how they work with each other. Like, because aside from that, they all the same thing for the most part, or some are better than others. But Catwoman, how's Chinese DeX doing?
How's Chinese DeX doing? Oh, I still use it in my on my 75-inch Samsung TV now.
Get out of here! I ain't ask all that, man.
I use it downstairs. I use the Samsung DeX upstairs in my room, and then I use the Chinese DeX down here because it's next to the TV, so I can't hear the fan running. It doesn't charge that well, but they did come out with a new version. They did come out with a new version that has 4K, and now you can hook it up via USB. And you can connect it, so you could get the adapter for the Ethernet or a wireless if you want to do that as well.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. So
same
they
price?
actually, huh? Same price, yeah, $55. Yeah. They actually hit me up a few days ago, and they said that they, liked my video and they wanted to send me out one for review. So I'm gonna get my first review unit.
Congrats. All day. Congrats.
Of course, I'm always gonna keep it real, but it's an honor.
Hey, Catwoman, and Julian could probably protest to this. When you get your first review unit, you feel good, don't you? Like, I got a review unit. I got a review unit. I got a review unit. About time I got the $1,000 for a phone.
Also, you been getting them?
Subscribers yet, but I'm still honored and happy, and I'm really happy.
Yeah, I'm getting them now, man.
That's what's up.
That's good.
You put in the work, man. You deserve it. You putting in the work, man.
About time.
I see you grinding. Hey, I ain't been on here, but my notifications still go off, man.
Yeah. Hey, it's all good fun, man. Let me tell you something. I always dream of this these days that, I'm like, oh man, do I really have to buy everything? But these days it come, man. But I mean, it just hard work, folks. I mean, look, I'm making fun about this, but man, you just don't know that most tech reviewers and most YouTubers, I mean, we don't want to pay for nothing, man. Let's be honest. I mean, we want to have our channel set up where we can get, the product to review. Whether that is review units or whatever, it doesn't matter. We want the product to review. So it's just good fun that we just be sincere and faithful to the brand, and do what you got to do. That's it,
But that's it. That's exactly what it is, though, because to be honest, man, there got to be like a grade, or there has to be some type of stipulations to it, because just because you're doing videos, you know what I'm saying, you can tell when somebody, leaning a certain way or looking in the pocket, or they just ain't got the quality or the consistency. You know what I'm saying? And like the number one grade should be on consistency and how into it they is. Like when I look at your channel, I'm like, well, easy put in the work. Give this man something. We know he gonna be with it. He gonna constantly go with it. And he don't make just one video about the phone. You know what I'm saying? He keep going about it. So where it's due, give him the credit.
I pick the phones apart. And a lot of people don't like it, but I love it because I just don't just get a phone and just do a full review on it. No, during that course of me doing the review of a phone, I pick it apart. When I see faults, I make a video about it. When I see issues, I make a video about it. That may be petty to some people, but it's serious to other people. Some people want to know if the phone is still on Android 7.0. God damn it, Samsung 7.0. All right. So I know what people say, well, 8.0 is coming easy. And I understand that. I like the reason why I'm picking on Samsung right now is because I got all Samsung phones sitting in front of me. So, but I'm just saying though, I look at it like this. People got to understand this. They got two companies that I really hold their feet to the fire. That's Apple and that's Samsung. And the reason why is because they're a premium product, a premium brand, they're a premium cost. That means that if you go charge $1,000 for your phone, that means that everything got to be picked apart. A lot of people be thinking I'm petty. It's not being petty. It's about this making people be aware before you spend $1,000 on that phone. You got to understand that these are some of the things that don't work. You got to remember when you buy a Samsung device, listen, where we are, Android 8.0, I can promise you, if you get the Galaxy S9, don't worry about Android 9.0 until 2020 because it ain't coming. So these are the things that you have to understand before you buy your phone. And a lot of people make this assumption about updates. Well, easy, updates is not good. Updates is bad. I think about it like this. New Android updates bring you good functionality, bring you good features, bring you good security updates and stuff like that. So I look at it like this again. If I paid $200 for a phone, I probably would never worry about an update. But that's just the opposite. The $200 phones get updated, but the $1,000 phones don't get updated. So I don't know. I mean, I just think that I feel that if you buy a Bentley, it ought to ride like a Bentley, it ought to feel like a Bentley, and it need to get updated like a Bentley.
It need to be that Tesla where every time something new comes, you get that upgrade. That's how
right.
they do it, ain't it?
Yeah, okay. That's how they do it.
I mean, I don't really complain because as long as my phone work, I'm good. Like I definitely, you know what I'm saying? I'm not against no upgrades, but for me, I buy a phone for the day it is. You know what I'm saying? Like when they announce it, like that day, as long as it continue to do what it does for the you know, at the time that I bought it, I'm good. I don't like no problems. If y'all start adding stuff that cause me hold up, time out, Catwoman.
Yeah.
That chalice or whatever that thing is. Queen status. Look at you. You look like you got a castle behind you or something, man. But nah, like I buy for the day of the phone. You know what I'm saying? If it continues to run like the day it did when I got it, I'm okay. I don't care about all the extra stuff. I mean, you know, that's just the icing on the cake with the cherry on top. If they add more stuff that make it dope,
yeah.
Good.
I think it's more about what they say. So, you know, when they have their announcements and they say the phone is going to be able to do this, or this accessory is supposed to be able to do that. And then when you get it and it kind of sort of does it, you feel cheaped out because it's like, well, you could have just kept it real and said, you know, it works right. But instead you're like, this is the best of the thousands. And this is sitting on the throne. And so that's why I'm okay with people saying, hey, I'm picking it apart and it really isn't all that. And they probably need to do an update or whatever. Like the same thing that happened with Google, you know, the Pixel is coming out, the Pixel came out and they're saying that they're top dog or whatever. And then unfortunately it had all of these problems. And so, you know, it's just like you just mean what you say and say what you mean and do what you say and do what you mean. Just align all that and it'll be cool. But when they're not aligned, we got to call them out for it because if not, then they're just going to keep giving us the bare minimums.
But you know what, Catwoman, you know what sucked about the Pixel? I'm going to tell you the biggest thing that sucked about the Pixel. When it first came out, the screen was dog meat. Then in December, they got a new batch of the devices that they fixed the screen. That means the people that bought the screen, that bought the devices when they first came out, got that horrible blue tint. If you bought your phone in December with the newer device, that means you don't have that blue tint or it's less defined. Mm-hmm. So
man, I should have bought it.
Yeah,
that should be a thing that's able to be said.
And burning.
Right. And that's not. Because if I bought it, like us tech reviewers, we always like to buy phones when they first come out because we try to make videos, right? But think about this. If I bought an S8 and I got a blue tint, right, I can't see shit. And all of a sudden, everybody that bought their devices 2 months later got the good screen. Well, I'd be upset that I got the bad screen. That's my whole take on it, you know?
I feel disrespected. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to do something about that. Y'all got to make that right. I'm not for that. Yeah. I'm not for that. I mean, that's a defective product. You feel me? If you go back and change it, I mean, that should be grounds for a manufacturer's warranty to be taken out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I should be able to take my manufacturer's warranty on that because y'all literally just changed the manufacturing of the phone, and I got the whack version.
Yeah, because a lot of people is making videos comparing the newer phone versus the December version, and when they put it together, the screens were totally different.
Oh, off non-related. I'm still trying to think in my head things I wanted to ask about that S9. First question is, have they implemented or have you guys heard anything about 4K 60 frames a second? Probably don't care being that it's probably gonna be jittery, but hey.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Along with that 1.5 aperture, they're gonna have 4K resolution, 60 frames per second. Everybody was hoping that it was gonna come out on the Note 8. Every time an update came out, people were like, "Oh my God, it's gonna come out!" and it wouldn't. So, but they're like, "Yeah, it's definitely supposed to come out on the S9."
Well, the thing about it is, I think what the problem is about the Qualcomm chip.
I heard that
because the A11 Bionic is powerful enough to run that high frame rate, and I don't think that the Snapdragon 835 can do that. But maybe the Snapdragon 845 can, but I don't think the Snapdragon 835 can do that.
You ain't playing no games. Second question. Are they doing 2 iterations? Is it going to be like a smaller one, a larger one, or is it another phone?
And they go do the Apple thing, by the way. Samsung is doing the Apple. They're going to give you 1 camera on the small one. They're going to give you 2 cameras on the big one.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, all right. So, but they're keeping it in the plus room. It's not that X phone.
Right.
No, that's supposed to come out later. Oh, Ray said Also, don't forget they're gonna have the super slow motion cam too, which is supposed to be 480 frames per second for the slow.
What's Apple's?
They go to
240?
480.
240?
Yeah,
Okay.
240. But I mean, I got the Samsung. No, wait a minute. I got the Sony XZ Premium, and that thing do like 780 frames per second or something. That's a fact. That's the slow motion to beat right there. I think that thing is like 780 frames when it come down to it. Yeah. I don't know.
Six Toe Lewis said 40K at 60 frames per second can on the Note, but for international versions for the Exynos processor.
I heard that, but nobody verified. Like I got buddies who got the phone and they don't. That's not there. At least on the ones that I've seen.
Yeah, unfortunately, the problem with the disclaimers is that when you go up to that higher resolution, what's it called? Like it'll do the ratio gets lower. Yeah, and so you can't really use it if the ratio is like 1-to-1 ratio or 4-to-3 ratio.
But I do want to give Samsung a huge credit. Galaxy S6 is running Android 7.0 with January security patches, and the Galaxy S8 is only running December security patch. So this phone is more updated than the Galaxy S8. Trust me, I love that about Samsung. I've seen the roadmap about Samsung devices that's getting Oreo. I mean, so I might dog Samsung devices out about their cameras and about the slow updates, but gee, with the legacy devices, thank you, Samsung. And you know what? Hey, listen, I talk about this a lot. Note 5 and the Galaxy S6, woo, those phones are good, man.
Yeah, like for example, I'm looking right now at the rear camera. So when you take a picture and you go up to 12 megabytes, it's a 4.3 ratio. It's not a 16:9. Or so the best resolution when taking a picture, I do the 7.9 millimeter, and that one is 18.5 by 9. But it's like
that's what mine's on right now.
Like I wish I could go to the 12, but it does a 4:8 size picture. I don't.
Yeah, I don't like 4:3.
Nobody a picture of a 4:3 ratio. I don't.
Yeah, 4:3 is if you want to print something out, if that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for that. I'm trying to fill up my screen, man. Making my wallpaper.
I do.
And also,
I'm just not going to
let everybody know. I do want to let everybody know that the Nexus 6, this is a 2015 phone, also is running Android 7.0. Nexus 6.
Yeah, what Galaxy was that? What Galaxy? You said you held up some Galaxy and you said it was still running 7.0. That wasn't no Note, was it?
Nah, this is Galaxy S. The Galaxy S8 is running 7.0.
Okay. I was about to say.
Nexus 6 is running 7.0, and the Galaxy S6 is running 7.0. Yeah.
So what's your main phone?
I don't have a main phone.
What's the general consensus of like what's the top phone out right now?
Top phone right now is probably the Note 8, Mate 10, and the iPhone 10.
The Mate 10?
Yeah, Mate. Why would they come out with a phone, man?
Well, that's not the no. They was doing their thing towards the end. When I was about to jump out. So are they the ones who made that? Somebody made a foldable phone. Was it them?
Oh, the ZTE.
No, it was the ZTE. That's who it was. That's who it was.
They made the butterfly phone.
Yeah,
they made the butterfly phone. Yeah, the ZTE made the butterfly phone. I don't know if it's gonna be anything about the Galaxy Fold or Galaxy X. Woo! Are y'all ready for the rumble?
That's what I want, man. That's probably gonna be the next phone that I like really fork up that bread for. Excitedly, like happily. Because I mean that's you don't understand. Like, all right, I developed a case that does that. You know what I'm saying? So my phones is like this, and then I pull them out and I just use them both like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm Wi-Fi directing stuff back and forth all day, just doing what I do. And I'm like, man, if this phone could just be like that and I could have another screen, it's like 2 monitors on your computer, man. Give me that in my life. I need that, man.
I need that.
Word. I mean, it was stupid when I made it, but my buddy 3D printed it. Literally, I had 2 of the same phone.
That is so cool.
Look, I had 2 of the same phones. Anybody who want to do this, I had 2 of the same phones, right? of course, glass screen protectors on it. I took a little piece of fabric from Hobby Lobby, you know what I'm saying? Super glued them to the back of it. That was the fold. And then I had a magnet on the other side so that it would stay solid. You know what I mean? Probably wasn't good for the phone, but hey, they still run fine. But no, I just like that.
You just need a ZTE phone.
Except they don't work together. I need them things to work together, man. Like, because I mean, they cool for sending stuff back and forth. I do that all the time.
We have a question from Marter Ingram. Wanted to know, would you suggest the Note 8 or the S9 Plus?
I would say Note 8. It all depends.
Note
because
8.
Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you why I would say Note 8. Note 8 got all the software updates. It's a stable version. Also with the S Pen, also with Dex, and you can buy Dex cheap. Now the S9 would come out with a different version of Dex, and it's not going to be cheap, obviously. And you won't get the S Pen. So you gotta look at it like that. The S series and the Note series is two different phones.
100%.
The S series, right? The Note series is a totally different phone. It's a totally different aspect about how you want to deal with a phone. Now, that's one of the reasons why I like the Note series is because it is a totally different phone. Now, a lot of people always criticize me for saying that, but once you pull out the S Pen, it becomes a totally different phone at that point. I can do things, and I made videos about this. I can do things on my Note that I cannot do on no other phone. So that makes it a standalone device. If you could do something on a phone that you cannot do on no other phone, that makes it a unique standalone phone, period. Do anybody disagree with me on that?
No, the Note series is where
they're uneducated. You know what I want them to do with that Note, man? I mean, I guess it's kind of outlandish, but when you plug that bad boy in the Dex, they need to have some type of accessory. You know what I'm saying? Partner with Wacom again or something, and give me like a little accessory where I can use the applications on my larger screen. You know what I'm saying? While actually drawing on that pad or something. I don't know.
Like a mouse?
That'd be kind of, because I'm sitting here thinking of different things that I can do with it. I'm like,
well, I mean, on my Dex, don't get me wrong. On my Dex, I can run Windows 10 on it because I'm on a remote server. All right. So I can run full-fledged Windows 10 that I can run EXE programs on my Dex. All right. I also ran Steam games. All right. We talk about Call of Duty at high frame rates on Dex. I made a video about this.
I seen that video. I seen a lot of people doing the Windows thing too. I was like, man, that's where it's at. So I have been using. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. I'm just saying that. So Dex to me, and this is what I did, like in my businesses. And they got my Dex sitting right here, right? And let me unplug it. So think about this. You go in your business, you pop in the phone. Right, you pop in the phone. You got a wireless keyboard, a wireless wireless mouse. Right then and there, you could do all your work. You could do your payroll, Excel spreadsheet, guys. Listen, if you're in the business world, you know what Excel spreadsheets is. And shout out to Albert. Albert know what I'm talking about. Where you got the power of Excel spreadsheets, and you could go from one business to the next business, and you can do all your Excel spreadsheets on a phone hooked up to Dex, hooked up to a monitor. And the way I did it was I got my Dex hooked up to the same monitor that my camera system is hooked up to. So it's no big deal. I just changed the thing. So I'm using the same monitor that I'm using for my camera system. Yeah. And I'm just using Dex. And it works perfectly.
Albert wants to know, why are they coming out with the S9 having only 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of space again?
Has that been confirmed?
Well, I think that's what it is.
Supposed to happen, yeah. It's supposed to be only 64 gigs and 4 gigs of RAM, but the Plus is supposed to have 6 gigs of RAM, hopefully. But definitely the smaller version is. So
somebody got a question there for me. This is a serious question. Are you still using the Lenovo Phab 2 Pro? No, I actually love that phone. Listen, I love that phone. I've made so many videos about that phone. That Phab 2 Pro, guys, I actually got a factory reset sitting in the box. The only reason why I'm not using it anymore because I'm a tech reviewer. I got to move on to the next device. I can tell you, I love that phone. A couple of reasons why I love that phone is because it's big. too damn big for some people, and it's powerful. A lot of people say, well, they only got a 600 series processor in it. There's a custom-made 600 processor in it that runs what is that? Oh my God, augmented reality. And I tell you, I love that phone. I don't know if it's still overpriced, but I love that phone. The Phab 2 Pro is going to be a phone near and dear to my heart. I love, and I might break that phone out just like I pulled this phone out. I pulled this phone out for a reason, because I'm gonna do a video about about the Nexus 6, by the way. And
am I reading this right?
The Nexus 6. Yeah, what you got?
Is it 179?
Nah, it's probably not 179 because it was like $500 a couple of months ago. Now they got the Phab. They got the Phab Pro. I mean, no, it's not the Phab 2 Pro. They have the Phab Pro, Phab something. They got different versions of the Phab 2 Pro. They got a lower version that got like a 720p screen. That I don't know. I think okay, so somebody says $349. If that's probably a good price for it.
Because I'm looking at one says Lenovo Phab 2, $194.
Phab is it the Phab 2 Pro? If it's just a Phab
not Pro.
Right. That's the thing. It is different. Now, here's the problem with the Phab 2 Pro. One of the reasons why I don't recommend it is because Lenovo did cut support for it. Because we all know that Project Tango is gone.
Yeah.
So if Project Tango is gone, the phone is really irrelevant because I don't know why Android don't want to do Project Tango. So Project Tango is done.
What's that?
So yeah, Project Tango is augmented reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, Project Tango is augmented reality. So if Project Tango is done, then then Lenovo stopped supporting the Phab 2 Pro because it's still stuck on Android. I think it's on Android 6. So it's done. Let's see somebody say, I bought the Phab 2 based on your reviews and I love it. And it is a fantastic device only if Lenovo would still support the device. And right now, I don't think it's getting any updates. And that's the sad thing about that device. A good device does not get supported. Yeah.
That's a shame, man. I'm sitting here still using my Note Pro. Super old software on that bad boy. I think that thing got one update, man. Like,
so somebody said, Ray said that Google changed the name Tango to Core or something. I don't know. It was AR Core.
Yeah, augmented reality Core.
I thought they gave up support on it. That's why you don't see no phones now because you got the ZenFone AR, right? And all of a sudden I've heard that the support was pulled for that device. So I don't know.
Why would they get rid of that, man? That's the future. That makes no sense.
That is the future. Google is cutting the projects Phab 2 Pro and Project Aura. See, somebody say that.
I want the Aura. I used to want that, man.
Somebody saying that I'm thinking of moving to the Pixel 2 XL. Anybody thoughts? Pixel 2 is Android, man. I mean, look, it's pure Android. If you want a fast phone, if you want updates, if you want, listen, when you talk about Pixel devices, it's like a Nexus device. Now, here's the thing. You got the OnePlus 5. Here's the thing where you get caught up in the Nexus right here. You got the OnePlus 5T that's giving you the same thing but half the cost, but slamming you with all kinds of high-end 19 gigs of RAM and all that stuff, right? So you look at it like this. Okay, are you going to go with a OnePlus? Yeah, OnePlus got 8 gigs of RAM in it, man.
I thought you said 19, man. I must have those
off.
But
we hear rumor that they got a phone that's coming out that's going to put 10 gigs of RAM. And I say this. I say that if a phone come out before OnePlus with 10 gigs of RAM, you know damn well OnePlus 6 going to be 10 gigs of RAM. So I look at it like this. If you're going to if you want stock Android, you go several ways. I like the Moto Z2 Force. Great phone, good price. Great phone, good price.
Great functionality.
Oh man, look.
That's why I can't rock with the Pixel. I'm like, how the Pixel make sense, man? I mean, I guess the only reason for me would be if I wanted updates up front.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, they do the same. They're the same phone, man. Let me tell it.
Just to circle back on the Tango, I saw this article about how Google is going to be coming out with AR stickers, but it's not just only going to be for the Pixel, it's going to be for all Android phones. And so what they're going to do is going to be a little bit different. They're going to do it within their video services. So
man, AR is the shit, man. I don't know why they screwed up AR, man. I'm telling you, man. I love AR, man. Yeah. A lot of people like Easy. You might be the only one that love AR. I made so many videos about AR, man. Love that, man. I was playing AR games, man, and that's one of the reasons why I use the Phab 2 Pro. Man, you could give the Phab 2 Pro to kids, right, and let them play virtual reality type games, and they will be you ain't have to worry about them all day.
But look, think about it, man. What was the biggest game to drop recently? Freaking Pokemon, man. That was AR.
Oh, yeah,
they're crazy over that.
Reality, yep.
And that's virtual reality.
Remember all
AR, that's augmented reality.
That's augmented reality.
Yeah. Remember all the memes that came out with augmented reality where like Charmander would be on like people's butts or something like that?
Oh.
So I can't wait for them to have the stickers going on, for Google to have it across all Android platforms. I mean, I know that they're showing a chicken, but then the memes are going to be off the chain. I can't wait to like look at Twitter and see what people are going to do with these AR stickers when they come out.
Man, I just think, let me tell you where Android messed it up at. Because Apple got AR kit. Now AR is gonna be slamming on iPhones.
Yeah.
And if Google left there and don't do anything with augmented reality, they're missing the boat. Now they were the first with Project Tango. I mean, that was insanely good.
But being the first doesn't always mean you're the best, though.
I understand it, but it was insanely good, though. That's the whole thing. Project Tango, and I've been saying this since I've been using Project Tango. I love it. I mean, it's great. I used the Phab 2 Pro, and I made a video about this, and I measured the distance between point A and point B, and it gave me measurements.
Yeah.
But that's awesome, man. And I play AR games. I'm running up and down my backyard, right? Playing AR games. And first thing I'm thinking about is like kids. I mean, you're running up and down trying to kill this paint game, right? You tap it on the screen, but you got to go to the distance. You got to go from point A to point B to try to capture this thing that's trying to kill you. And oh man, it's awesome. It's awesome, man. I mean, I love AR. Let's see. So one of the most serious questions, please, can anybody use a product called liquid glass? I've seen some people use liquid glass before. I'm scared to put that liquid on my screen, guys.
Oh, I did that.
You did
What's that?
Yeah. That was
a screen protector.
Is that what we use, Catwoman?
Yeah, that's the one that we did. So we did it on the Note 7 because there wasn't any good tempered glasses out there. And it's good, but it only lasted for 6 months. And then I started getting scratches. So you kind of have to continuously do it, you know.
I'll tell you this too. That time that she just stated, I feel like it's dramatically decreased if you put your phone in the water like I do. Mine go in the shower with me often. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed a scratch on it the other day. But I ain't had no screen protector on my Note 8, and I got one scratch since lunch. So, yeah. But look, man, I'm going to holler at y'all later, man. It was definitely fun.
I'm not talking about Julian.
Y'all trying to get back on that channel, man. Y'all about to make it happen or something. Who knows?
I want to see that Note 8 rapper review.
Oh, man. We might have to wait till next time.
Coming, man.
Okay.
Y'all take care. Love it all. God bless.
All right. Later. That's what I'm talking about. It's my boy Julie. He had to come for you to roll out for, you know what I'm saying? He was only here for a short time. All right. So tell everybody about this liquid screen protector.
Okay, yeah. So basically it's like it's a wipe that you put on, and it's a screen protector. I can't really explain it. Because of the way that but basically the way that I got it done is I didn't do it myself. I went to Staples, and Staples, they do it for you. And this glass screen protector, the liquid one, it's not only for phones, but you could do it on like anything that has a screen. People will do it like on their watches, or they'll do it on their printers and things like that. And it's good because it protects it from scratches. And then also it's not as good as when you drop something and you have a tempered glass and you drop the screen on the floor, but it does have some kind of protection. I remember the first day I went to Staples and I got it. I sat down with my Note 7. I took my keys out and I started going, and it didn't scratch. But then I'm going to say about like 5.5 months, I started to get some scratches on my Note 7. And it said that it's supposed to be long lasting for up to a year. But it you know, after 6 months, it wasn't.
Well, your husband said it sucks. He in the comments.
Yeah, he said it sucks because he got a scratch on it, and then one day he slept on his phone, and then it cracked. So it sucked for him, but it worked great for me for like 5 months. But you know, if you spend them $40, you might as well spend $10 extra and get the white stone dome and put that on your phone, and then you'll know that you'll really have protection.
But is that a problem with Gorilla Glass at this point?
Yes.
I mean, you know, why we even got to use screen protectors on phones?
Because
is that a problem with Gorilla Glass? Gorilla Glass is underrated, overrated, however you want to say it. Because at this point, if we in 2018, if we getting freaking scratches on our phone screens, and that's a problem with Gorilla Glass.
Yeah, I felt like Gorilla Glass 4 was better because I remember when I had my Note 4, I never had any scratches. But then when I had my Note 7, I did get a scratch. So I don't know. I don't think that the Gorilla Glass 5 is any better than it. But I think also because of the edge, it weakens it a bit too, because now you have the curve. That's just my hypothetical. I'm not obviously.
I just think about it like this. I mean, I know Gorilla Glass always come out with the iteration of the next, which it's going to probably be the Gorilla Glass 6 that's coming out this year.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, because I mean, we've had Gorilla Glass 5s in 2017, so they come out with every really.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, because the Note 7 has Gorilla Glass 5.
That's right. That's right.
It's been 2 years. Gorilla Glass hasn't updated their glass in 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, at this point, I mean, when you most people put their phones in their pocket, and most people pockets, they got lint, they got dust, they got particles. And oh my God, when you take it out of your pocket and you got a scratched up screen, oh my God, when you're looking at that $1,000 phone, when you're looking at that $1,000 phone, and by the way, my glass screen protector broke. See, Ace said, don't use glass screen protectors. You see that, Ace? This is why I use glass screen protectors. Do you see that?
Oh my God.
Right there. You see that? That's my glass screen protector broke. If I didn't have a glass screen protector on here, this would be the permanent glass that's broke.
Yeah, that would have broken.
So for everybody that say glass screen protectors suck, this is the reason why I use glass screen protectors. Yeah, it's not because I don't babyfy my phones. It's because of mistakes.
Yeah. I never drop my phone because I always get a phone.
I say that, but I drop mine.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
The Zizzo now is the best.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't work well with wireless charging, but it's the best one.
Yeah, so before I take my glass screen protector off this thing, I got one coming from Amazon. So I ain't taking it off. The same kind, because this would be good.
Which one is that?
Same kind. I got to go through my Amazon to get you the name. It's on my website. It's on my website. Everything that I use on my phones, I post on my website. So yeah I mean that's the point. Yeah. Think about it. I look at this like all my phones got glass screen protectors on them.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about like, okay, people that I know a lot of people say I don't use that unless you got an active phone. And look, this active phone, you don't have to put a glass screen protector on it because it's like the Moto Z2 Force. They have that plastic front that it won't break. It won't break. You can scratch, but you can't break it.
Yeah.
So
Ace Lucedo said that he has the Defender case on his. That helps him out a lot with to not get scratches and stuff like that.
Let's see. Steve Jobs said that you don't need a case on the
Steve
iPhone.
Jobs?
Woo! Shh, I don't know. Well, they sell cases for iPhones. I don't know. Yeah, I would tell you. Listen, I got a clear, I got a clear case on there. Let me tell you something. For iPhone, if you don't have a case on your iPhone, you're just waiting on your $1,000 phone to break.
Yeah.
It's just one, because everybody that I talk to, they use their phone raw dog as far as iPhones. It break very easily.
Yeah.
And this back car, you would spend upper tiers of $600 to get this phone fixed. That's a lot of freaking money for a phone to get fixed.
Yeah. My wallet would be crying.
Yeah. Let's see. Steve Jobs would have never dropped his iPhone because it's really easy to break. And that's what I'm saying. They're very easy to break.
Yeah.
Let's see. iPhone need a case. I'm gonna tell you, I use a case and a glass screen protector on my phone. Without a doubt. Listen, I want to say, give a shout out to Z in the building. You need a case and a glass screen protector on the iPhone. Don't do it. You don't listen to people talk about don't put a glass screen protector on the iPhone. Just listen, think about the repairability. It ain't like the old iPhone. You only can pay maybe $50 to get it fixed. You're not doing that with an iPhone 10, people.
Yeah.
iPhone 10 go cost you. You could buy 2 phones just to repair an iPhone 10.
Yeah, I call it the raw dog phenomenon because everybody's like, "Yeah, I rock mine's raw dog. I'm so awesome," and then they drop it, and so.
I'm gonna tell you, look, to tell you, and he was only clowning BlackBerry and PDAs. Now look at the iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil. Oh Lord, that was Tim Cook. Yeah, that was Tim Cook that came out with all this stuff. Look, Steve Jobs was not a fan of a stylus. He was not a fan of big phones. So Steve, I don't know. I don't know if even if still Steve Jobs was alive today, I don't know if we would have a big phone. You think we have a big phone if Steve Jobs was alive?
Yeah. And then I think he would budge. I think he would budge. And then but he would design it a lot better than it's being designed right now.
Yeah. I think so. Shout out to Go Cell Phone Repair. He's in the building. I want to say what's up to him. I see you in the building. Yes. If you're not rocking a case on your iPhone, you better live in a house sitting on a wooden floor covered with a pile of carpet. Let's see. We sure wouldn't have got the iPhone X. You think if Steve Jobs was alive, we wouldn't have got the iPhone X?
I think we would have, but again, he would have designed it better.
Yeah.
The thing about Steve Jobs is that he is really good at designing, and even though he would have made a bigger phone or would have probably done something with what the trend is right now, he would have designed it a lot better, and the quality control would be a lot better if Steve Jobs was around.
Yeah, you think the software would have been all right? The software would have been pretty good because we've been
very in about that software.
Well, since we're on the subject of Apple released a HomePod.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
What do I think? I think if you're an Apple user and you only use Apple Music, then it's good for you. But if you use other streaming services and stuff like that, then it wouldn't be very beneficial.
Right. I mean, the thing about it is, look, I got JBL to send me out all kinds of nice looking speakers, and I got all kinds of Bluetooth speakers and everything that work on Android and iOS. You could use, I guess you could use the key phrases on a lot of stuff like Google Home and all that stuff like that. So one of the biggest issues that people are having, not that the sound quality isn't good, I think the software is the people that it has issue with. I think the HomePod came out a little half baked because some of the things that you could do that you cannot do on the HomePod that got people kind of upset because everybody that has Apple devices doesn't have all Apple Music. mean, people do have Android music, and also they have Spotify and Pandora.
Yeah,
I'm a big Pandora fan, by the way. And unfortunately, you can't listen to your Pandora, or you cannot listen to oh God, what is that? YouTube. You can't listen to YouTube on your on your
yeah.
pad or whatever, right? So
But that's the thing about that's Apple's thing, right? They talk about what people love about Apple is the ecosystem. And that's just one of the thing about being part of their particular ecosystem is just that they're so linear and you are confined to this box and they only want you to use their services. So that's the price that comes with being part of the Apple ecosystem is that they don't want to play nice with other like with other softwares. Like, for example, what happened with the maps, you know, when Apple came out with their version of maps and it was just sending people the wrong way, and Google Maps was already doing it well, and they were not allowing Google Maps to come on their phones, but then they had to eventually budge because they couldn't compete. So
right. So shout out to the tech couple. They said that you can stream any music you want. I believe you can stream any music you want if you got your iPhone. You can cast it, right? You could. So let's make sure we get some corrections here. If you use the HomePod for standalone, you cannot tell Siri to play Spotify. You cannot tell Siri to play other music services. Okay. But if you have your cell phone, if you got your iPhone and you can cast it to the HomePod, and yes, you can play other services. But if you use the HomePod as a standalone unit per se, then you can't use those services.
no.
Like tech couple say, AirPlay. So you have to use AirPlay with your phone in hand to use it. Now it's not compatible. Now this is the thing. I'm using, let me kind of let y'all guys see this stuff. I'm using this huge Mamma Jamma right here, right? This thing sounds good. This thing does Android, and I could connect my Android and iPhone to this, okay? And I can play whatever I want. Matter of fact, look, Siri is already rolling. Let me stop. Siri was look at Siri, y'all. Look at Siri.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
recording everything you were saying.
Yeah, Siri recorded everything I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, I got my music here, right, on my iPhone, and I could connect it to my Bluetooth, and I could do that with Android also. So I don't know. I mean, I just look at it that I think, and the people saying that the software updates and stuff. My problem is the software should be ready.
Yeah.
The software should have to have updates. You know, then now if you got a couple of HomePods, if you want to connect the stereo, you have to wait for the iOS and stuff. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, $349. What you think about it?
It sounds good from what they're saying. It sounds well, but you know, the price, it's Apple price.
Mm-hmm.
It's what it is. That's how
somebody said it looks like a football. Woo, but it might look like a football, but it sounds like a football game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, Jeezy. Yeah. I would listen to Young Jeezy while we was pre-streaming.
Yeah.
Right. Pre-streaming. Listen to Young Jeezy. So yeah, I'm a Young Jeezy fan, man.
So the tech couple said that apparently there is a third-party AirPlay app on Android that would allow it to work.
Okay. Well, the thing about it is I didn't get the HomePod, so I wouldn't know. And I'm quite sure that people will probably make videos about that. I probably won't get the HomePod. I got so many speakers here that probably sound good or just as better as the HomePod. So
yeah,
I don't see the sense of me investing in it, you know.
Siri on the HomePod will pause, stop, next track with any music service.
Mm-hmm.
With any music service? Because
yeah. See, multi-room doesn't does currently work with AirPlay. Yeah, you got to have AirPlay, and that's the whole thing. I mean, you have to have an iPhone. If you're
it's still limited though. Yeah.
Right. I mean, if you're in the Apple ecosystem, then you're fine. Get your iPod, get iPad,
exactly.
or what is it called, iPad, whatever. HomePod. If you're in the Apple ecosystem, but to be versatile. See, that's the point. The versatility.
Yeah.
With Android is and I think Apple needs to catch up with that. And I think, don't get me wrong, I use my iPhone a lot, and I like that. And I don't know. Let's see. The problem with Siri on the HomePod right now is that she recognized every single command to know she can do it. She can't do it. Why would you program it to recognize the command and not answer the question? Yeah.
Nice, Zigma. Thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with us.
And the thing about it is, the tech couple brings in a good point, and I've heard other YouTubers say this, is that you have to be careful with allowing permissions, I believe, because anybody can walk up to say hello Siri, do the keyword, and say read my text messages, and I think the HomePod will read people text messages and stuff, and it's not the owner, so I don't know. How are the Samsung wireless earbuds?
Are you talking about the Icon X?
I don't know.
Ingram? Are you talking about the Icon X?
I don't know. He might be.
Or are you talking about the Uflex?
I don't have any. I haven't reviewed no Samsung's earbuds. It's because I'm waiting on Samsung to send them to me.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have the Icon X either. Yeah. Where's my Bluetooth? This is the only Bluetooth I use. This is from Plantronics. It is an old version, the 800 series.
Oh, the Icon X.
I just put on like this, and I get to listen to music and stuff. I can start and stop it, all that good stuff. And I have my other ear to listen for oncoming traffic and other people. So
I see that the tech couple is doing a quick rant. You want to read that? And while you read that, I'm gonna go to the boys' room.
Okay, yeah, sure. So they said, you can ask Siri, when does flight 997 land? And she'll say, I can't help you with that flight information right now. Or add a 4, I don't know if it's 4 p.m. or a.m. lunch. I'm assuming it's 4 p.m. 4 p.m. lunch with my wife. And she'll say, I can't add the calendar events. Why? So yeah, you guys were saying before that it understands what the command is, it understands what you're trying to do, but it doesn't do it because it says it can't. So it's kind of like a double entendre. You know what I'm asking you, and you're saying that it can kind of be done, but you're not doing it. So yeah. So hopefully they'll come out with an update and it will be able to, I guess, probably the software is still it's not complete. So but they still pushed it out. And so hopefully they'll have an update and then people will be able to get it. So it looks like it's kind of getting there, but it's not there yet, is from what I'm seeing, from what you guys are saying. Albert, you said because it's half baked, you can do all of this on Amazon Echo and the Google HomePod. Yes, that's very true. You can do all of that. And it can also distinguish different people's voice as well. So you have that kind of protection. So the tech couple says, I know it'll get smarter, but it's pretty dumb that out the gate, it doesn't do things with the iPhone that the iPhone can easily do. Like, why did you make another Siri? LOL. Yeah, that's very true. And I kind of felt the same way when Bixby first came out with the S8, and it was like nothing was working for it. It was just only the card feature, and that was kind of whack. So I feel you guys on that one because the same thing happened with Bixby. But over the time, they did have updates and it got a lot better. But you did feel kind of gypped when the Bixby first came out because it was supposed to do all of these rad stuff, and it wasn't.
Why is it that they came out like this? Why?
Oh, we can't see you.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong camera. Let's fix this. All right. So the problem is why did they come out with the product undone? That's the thing.
That's just kind of been the thing for 2017. I felt like everything was just kind of beta. I was like I said before with Bixby, it was the same thing. It wasn't working all the way. So
and you know what? This is where Steve Jobs will probably win.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody going home, ain't nobody taking no lunch break until this software is done. And we got a deadline. See, as business owners, as CEOs, listen, two things gonna happen. This, if I say, okay, here's the software, this is what I want. It has to be done at this such and such a time. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if Tim Cook is putting a lot of feet to people fire, because coming out with unfinished software on Apple product is a no-no. When does this ever happen?
This happened once.
Once, but it's been happening constantly though, right?
It happened once. I think it was when they had their commercial for like the 1984 type of thing. And then the Mac finally came out and it wasn't really all that good and it had a lot of glitches and stuff. But like ever since then, when Steve Jobs came back, he came back with a vengeance and he made sure that there was quality control. So they do need to get the quality control. And this is where these types of conversations need to be had. You know, I love Samsung, but I'm not going to be blind to their flaws. You know, I admire Apple. I don't have any of their products, but I'm not going to be blind to the flaws. Same thing with Google. I don't have a Pixel, but I do admire what they do. And I'm not going to be blind to the flaws. And that's the thing. You can still love a product and use a product, but still say, hey, it's not 100% there. And this is where reviewers and these types of conversations need to be had.
Right. So, I mean, let's be honest here. The two big companies, Samsung and Apple, everybody beat each other up, right?
Yeah.
Samsung fans say Apple suck. Apple fans say Samsung suck. At the end of the day, I think both of them has problems, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, I mean, you think about it like this. I look at it like this. iOS 12 that's coming out. I think iOS 12 is going to be what Apple need to do. Because they're not coming out with no new features. They're not coming out with nothing. They're just polishing the operating system, just getting it optimized, just giving them 2 years, because it's going to be 2 years, just giving them time just to get it right.
Yeah.
Because iOS 11, as everybody knows, that's rocking iOS 11 is not the perfect operating system.
Yeah.
And right now, and listen, I'm rocking iOS 11 whatever, and I've been saying this on my live streams. I've been running into problems with this new operating system, man. I've been talking about this. I'm like, my battery life had decreased at least about 15-20%. I'm starting to see some lagginess. I never had an iPhone lag on me before, but I'm starting to see lagginess with my phone after I did the update. Now, before the update, I didn't get this problem, but after the update, I'm starting to have some issues. And for everybody that go ask the question, what are you running, Easy? What are you running? I am running iOS 11.2.5. All right, and I am getting. Oh my God, it's. I can't wait to Apple do an update. Oh,
so there's some really good comments on here. So the tech couple said, "I will beta test all day. Just send it to me for free early and give me a discount." Yes, that would be awesome. I would love to be a beta tester too. That would be great. Sean Vega, he said, everyone wants to be first, even if it means releasing a half-baked product. The consumers keep accepting this and paint crazy. I think he meant pay crazy prices. And then Albert Youth says, consumers need to wake up and stop throwing money after half-baked, overpriced crap. I agree. And I am going to be buying the S9 when it comes out. You know, I save my coins. I got my little savings account. I'm gonna pay outright. This is the first time I'm actually gonna pay for a phone outright and not finance it. But that's because I want to review it and all of that stuff, and I have to pay to play. You know, so that's the predicament that I'm in. But would I say to an average consumer, yeah, get this device right away? No. especially if the gifts that they're gonna give us is not gonna be all that great this year. Hopefully we'll get like something really cool this time around, like the new decks that's gonna come out with the S9. But if it's really not gonna come out with like some really blow away gifts, then I would say, wait and hold off. Wait for it for the price to come down, or wait for what the reviewers have to say, and not just like, the reviewers that kiss butt, like a regular reviewer that actually uses it and picks it apart. That would be my suggestion for the average consumer. Let the reviewers get them first, get their hands on it, play around with it, and then just, explain what's going on.
Well, you got to know who you trust. That's the whole thing. When people always come to my channel and say, easy, so-and-so said the phone was perfect. How could you, with only 17,000 subscribers, say the phone is this? See, this is what I get in my comments, folks.
Yeah.
All right. I get this in my comments. People say, well, such and such say that the phone is the best thing on the planet. How could you dog the phone out? You must have a bad unit. You must have a faulty device. You got a limit.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the type of stuff. So when I pick phones apart, these are the comments that people that, how could a box therapy say this stuff and you do stuff? And like, hey, man, I don't know, man. I watch their videos.
Yeah.
I respect what they say. I watch everybody's videos. I respect what they say, but this is my channel, folks. Yeah. This is Easy Computer Solutions.
Dexter Cumberbatch said, the curse of being an early adopter is the beta testing. Exactly. That's very true. And then Art Doc says there's nothing wrong with waiting a little bit because phones aren't going anywhere. They're not. Yeah, that's very true. But the capitalism that happens here in the United States, and the status symbol of just getting it first. But I think that if you're not a reviewer, you really shouldn't get the product when it first comes out.
Everybody waiting on when I get the Galaxy S9.
Yeah.
I made the red video.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He bashing the phone before he even got it. That's the whole thing. I'm not bashing the phone, guys. I'm looking at Samsung history.
Yeah.
I just go about Samsung history. If you go the Galaxy S5, Galaxy S6, Galaxy S7, Galaxy S8, and you run into the same problems with every generation. You have a little faith in the Galaxy S9 go fix all the problems that you had in all these previous Galaxy phones. When you talk about 5 or 6 generations of the same problem, how that this generation right here go fix it? And that's my only thing. That's my only concern. Now we already know that the Galaxy S9 will come out with Oreo. We know this already. We know it's gonna have the 845 processor. We know this. We know that the small one gonna have 1 camera and the big one gonna have 2 cameras. They're gonna fix the fingerprint scanner, right? We know that it's gonna cost a premium price. We know that we gonna get probably Samsung Experience 9 on it. I don't know what additional features that's gonna have, but we have to wait and see. We know that the cameras are gonna be f1.5 that can switch and all that stuff like that. We know this already. But at the end of the day, once you get the phone in your hand, that's proof in the pudding.
Yeah.
Because the Galaxy S8 about to make a total decrease in price.
Yeah.
So instead of paying mid-$600-$700 for Galaxy S8, you're gonna see that device dip to the mid-$500 price point. Now that makes it a good buy at that point. Because what's the difference between the 845 and the 835? People say slow motion videos and 40, 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second. Okay. If that's the only 2 things that make you want to pay for a $1,000 phone, then I don't know. What you think?
Well, Mr. Catwoman in the chat said consumers aren't going to pay attention until it hurts their pockets, which is very true. And for example, this happened with the Note 5. Not a lot of people wanted to get the Note 5 because they took out the SD card and of course they took out the IR blaster. So a lot of people didn't get the Note 5, and then Samsung got it together. And then when the next phone came out, they came out with the SD card support. So it's like we have to say it with our pockets, Unfortunately, us as the reviewer, we can't say with our pockets. We can only say with our reviews. But the consumer is the one that has the power, and we understand that these companies, they put a lot into their R&D. They put a lot into their research and development. But when it comes out half baked, then you're just like, why are you giving this to us? It's okay to take a break. If you want to be a trendsetter, these companies need to take a break. Say, you know what? We're not gonna come out with a phone every 6 months, or we're not gonna come out with a phone every year. We're gonna come out with one every other year, or every 2 years. That would be like the bomb trend right now, because then that would let me know that they care.
But the problem, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, and it's been happening to us for the last 3 years. We get a phone get released, and about 2 weeks later we get an update to fix all this crap, right? Because I'm gonna tell you, let's be honest, guys. When we first got the Galaxy S8, remember when we got the first batch of the Galaxy S8s that came out.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Everybody said, "Oh my God!" It was glitches, with bugs, and Bixby didn't work. And I mean, remember that Bixby never worked. And we got the first batch of. I got my phone when it first came out. We got the first batch of Galaxy S8. We got the phone that I had. We got problems. We got software issues. We got all kinds of stuff. Right? Bixby wasn't working. All kinds of stuff. Like, damn, they really sent out a phone with half the software working?
Yeah.
What the is going on?
And then you were able to remap the Bixby button, and then they put out an update so that you can't remap it. That's so mean. Like, why would you do that? That's right. Hi, Sean Be Nice.
Sean Be Nice is in the building. What's up with you? Yeah, I mean, I remember this. Like, we was in there talking about I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on with my Galaxy S8? Yeah, it's like, and update after update after update, and Bixby didn't get fixed for like 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sean. Thank you for the super chat.
That is wide open, guys. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So when that happened, and people were trying to remap the Bixby button and all of that stuff, I think what also people need to pay attention to is XDA developers, because a lot of the times they come up with really cool things that you could do with your phone. Sometimes you do have to, root it and stuff like that. But then Samsung comes out with an update to stop what they were doing. Yeah. Like, for example, when I had my S7 active, and then the S8 came out, and I was able to put all of the software besides the camera and the always on display on my S7. So I was able to flip it. I was able to flip it and everything. And that was, and then they came out with an update to block that. I'm just like, well, why would you do that? Because you don't want people to keep their S7s, that you wanted them to go to the S8. And it's like, you shouldn't really worry about that. If your product is good, you would want your product to last longer, not just a year. When you do stuff like that, you're telling the consumer what is the life of the product. So,
but let me ask you this question, Catwoman. I've been saying this. I really do think mid-tiers are going to take over 2018. I'm going to tell you why. A lot of people are like, oh, Lord, they're going to use that. I'm going to tell you why. Mid-tiers in 2017 did something that flagships can't do. Mid-tiers going to give you the longer battery life, right? Yeah. Mid-tier phones going to give you pretty good cameras. I proved that. Yeah. I've been shooting with some mid-tier phones, and they've been outstanding when it comes down to the cameras. And I can shoot 60 frames per second without autofocus problems, by the way.
Yeah,
all right. So
your videos have been really good with that LG.
That's right. So, so mid-tiers give you good battery life, decent cameras. Mid-tiers are starting to give you quad HD displays. 1080p, I understand the 1080p, but it's $250 to $300. That's the thing here, right? Yeah. $250 to $300, 1080p screen. All right, cool, right? Mid-tiers are going to give you SD card support. Mid-tier phones going to give you at least 32 gigs of storage.
Yeah.
Mid-tier phones going to give you a fingerprint scanner. Mid-tier phones will give you everything, and Android 8.0. Yeah. When the flagships don't even give you 8.0.
And that's why I want LG to take a break for a year and then just come back and just hit us hard because LG has this wonderful potential, but because they're trying to crank out phones every year, it's not as polished as it should be. But like what I've been seeing with your latest reviews, and you've been using the LG G6, and I'm like blown away by the camera. It's really, really good. If they take a break for like just 1 year and just come back and hit us hard, like I want to get hit.
So wait a minute, somebody just put in the comments say that flagships is worthy because they have fast charging. So we pay $1,000 for a phone for fast charging?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I got a Motorola X4 that got wireless charging.
Yeah.
And I mean, so I hear these points.
Yeah.
I hear these points. Listen, you're right. I've actually stopped using the Galaxy phones to record on my YouTube channel. I've been using 2 phones. I've been kind of making a point. I've been using a Motorola X4 to kind of record some of my videos, and I've been using LG G6, and I've been using LG V20.
Yeah.
And the reason why I've been using those 2 devices is because of the manual controls. Manual controls is boss. And I love the mic support. So I mean, somebody said fast charging on mid-tier phones. Yeah, I think they got fast charging. Yeah. I think for sure they got mid-tier phones with fast charging. Listen, let's put this in perspective. I'm a pinpoint the Honor 7X, right, and the Motorola X4. I'm gonna pinpoint those 2 devices. Mm-hmm. The Motorola X4 has a gorgeous device. I mean, gorgeous, beautiful design, right? Fast software. You got and I believe you got the 600 series processor in it, 3-4 gigs of RAM in it, 1080p screen, and it's wireless charging, and it costs like $250. Mm-hmm. The Honor 7X has an all metal design, I believe. I think it's still a metal design. If I'm not mistaken, somebody go correct me in the comments. And again, the software, because I got the Honor 6X. The Honor 6X got the metal design, and it is a beautiful phone. This beautiful phone, and for $200. For $200, think about that. Now I've been using listen. This gonna trip you out. I've been using the Nexus 6 for 2 days because I'm doing a video on it. I've been blown away with the speed of this device. I've been this phone is fast. So when you talk about speed, come on, guys. I'm using the Nexus 6, and I've been blown away on performance. Mm-hmm. Right. So when it comes down to performance, it is what it is, right?
What we're saying is that the flagship should encompass all the wonderful things about the mid-tier, plus some. But the problem is that we're kind of seeing them rob Peter to pay Paul. And that's not right, because we're paying you as if it's supposed to be a premium device, but then you're downgrading on certain parts. So, that's just the little, not even little, that's just the main thing, the main gripe about these expensive phones. So,
hey, this is the thing. I love the Nexus 6. Somebody put in the comments they love the Nexus 6. Yes, this is a tablet, man, because it's 16:9 aspect ratio, big, fast. The problem with the Nexus 6, we all know, is the cameras. I actually did a video about the cameras and the battery life. You got 2 issues with the Nexus 6. It's the battery life and the cameras. And obviously, you don't have a fingerprint scanner because it's old. Mm-hmm. But other than that, oh my God, this thing runs so fast, folks. Mm-hmm. This thing runs so fast that, oh my God, this thing runs fast. I mean, run fast. You wouldn't know that this thing got an 805 processor in it. You wouldn't even know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Albert wants to know, why do we keep buying premium phones if they keep letting us down? A lot of the time, what I've noticed is I'm going to blame it on YouTube. I just am. I am. I'm going to blame it on YouTube. The YouTubers, they get the review units, right? And only thing that they do is just talk the good thing about the phone. But then when it comes out, all of the like bad parts about it then comes out, and then people are like, well, so and so, I saw a video and they said it's the bee's knees, but it's not. And so YouTube is good because of the word of mouth. You know, you watch a video and you have that word of mouth, and they do, like these people, they do a really good job with their B-rolls and, you know, their sliders, and they have really awesome production value, but they don't hone in on the parts that should concern someone when they get the phone. But they do a good job. They do a good job for the companies so that when the phone comes out on launch date, people get it. And the pre-orders, there's a lot of pre-orders. So they do a really good job. And I think that's why when the iPhone X was coming out, they were more exclusive towards the YouTubers than they were to these other, you know, journalist type of people that would actually, you know, like put the phone and put it through the ringer. So I think that is why a lot of people keep buying it, because the marketing beforehand is so good. It really is, especially on YouTube. But then when people get the phone and they find out, like, damn, that fucking sucks, what happened? But then next year comes around, same thing. We keep on repeating the cycle. So that's why I'm saying, for an average consumer, if you're an average consumer and you're not going to review something, don't get it when it first comes out. I would say hold off and wait until the second batch comes out, or just hold off and wait until the real reviews actually come out. That's my suggestion.
And the thing about it is, a lot of people leave a comment. It does exactly what I do. I do go back and I revisit the device. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I have made revisited videos for the Galaxy S8 like 3 times so far. And I've pinpoint, and I've been picking it apart. And a lot of people have been saying, Weezy, why you keep on going off on Samsung? It's because these are my follow-up videos, folks. These are my follow-up videos that I'm making. When I'm picking Samsung apart, when I'm making a funeral video, Apple, when I'm doing all these videos are old phones of 2017. These are follow-up videos. These are the videos that you know you guys want to see, because these are the follow-up videos. How has it aged? How has has the software fixed some of the problems? And we are running into these issues that people, if you didn't think about it, if I made a video of a 2016 phone, people say, well, why are you making that old phone? And the reason why is because they're still selling it. If they're still selling it, you want to know, most people want to know if they're still selling 2016 phones, which they are, by the way. They got a lot of, like, Best Buy and all these 2016 old phones sitting on the end cap. Mm-hmm. These phones sitting on the end cap, people want to know, how has it aged over 2 years? They want to know this type of stuff. That's up to us to make follow-up videos about. That's why I got the Nexus 6. A lot of people are like, easy. The Nexus 6 is running the latest software. Well, not the latest software. Android 7.0. I'm quite sure I could put 8.0 on there, right? But what I want to do is I'm making a video about it because it's old, but it's cheap and it's fast and it's functional. It's functional. That's what I like.
Sean B. Nice, he brings up a good point. He's talking about not only with the marketing beforehand, but the gifts. Samsung is really good about the gifts. They give you really good gifts when you pre-order and you get the phone beforehand. So that is very, very true. Taffy Enterprise says, techies don't need to see marketing. They already know what they buy. You've been buying from the same company for years, so stop it. It's very true. A lot of techies, they do have some type of loyalty, but I think that when you go from a techie to a techie reviewer, because for me, honestly, as an average consumer, I wouldn't get the S9. I wouldn't. I'd wait. I would. But because I want to review it and I want to make sure to put out tutorials and stuff like that, that's why I'm going to get it. I'm going to be completely honest, 100% honest with you guys. But then there are people who are, of course, the loyalists, the ones that they're like, oh, like they're part of a cult or whatever. That's what they call them. And I'm not knocking them, because that's good, because they pay for the R&D. They pay for the research and development. So it's kind of like you're paying into that company to do a little bit better and come out with better products when you get it on the launch date. But an average consumer, I think, really should wait and see all of the details and the nook and crannies before, just going into a phone right away when it comes out.
Yeah. So somebody put in the comments, the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge is still a beautiful phone. You know what? I was going back and forth. I don't know what my 7 Edge at. I got it somewhere around here. Somebody was going back and forth with me about the Galaxy S7 Edge. And I said, man, that gold one, it's a beautiful phone. The blue one is good. And if you could get it for a good price, I mean, woo, it's going to be $200, $300, man. I mean, sometimes you can't beat up. You can't pass up a $250 price point.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see a phone, a Galaxy phone, a Galaxy S7, a Galaxy S6 for like $250, you got to get it.
Yeah, Akeem said that the Galaxy S7 Edge is still a beautiful and powerful device, and that is very true. And then Albert, you said that there are also the ballers that think that they can impress anybody by getting all of the phones and brag about it, which is true. I had my sister on Wine Wednesday before, and she's a system administrator, so she deals with a lot of CEOs of companies, and that's what they do. They just get the latest because it's the latest, so they just get the latest. They got money to burn, so they just get that up to speed,
So somebody put it in comments, the reason why I subscribe to your channel is because you revisit old devices. You do. Please keep it up. And that's right. And I'm using a Nexus 6. And I'm using the Nexus 6, and I'm going to do a video of the Nexus 6. Now, I have made videos of the Nexus 6 in 2017, but I'm going to make Nexus 6 videos in 2018. And the reason why is because this still a relevant device. It's running Android 7.0, and it's not rooted because I don't root devices. One of the reasons why I don't root devices is because I look at that, I make YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I don't want to have I always try to think about the average consumer when I make a YouTube video. And the average consumer, like I had my sister on the show, she don't even know what the word root is. What is root? What is that? So if I had my sister on the show, and she's still rocking the Galaxy S7 or Galaxy S6, and she don't know none of that, all this techie stuff. Oh, I don't know what y'all talking about, all this techie stuff. I have to listen to that for the average consumer. That's how I make my videos.
Yeah. Everyday Tech said, this is why I've decided to focus on devices that the average consumer can truly afford, regardless of when it comes out. Heck, I just got a Surface Pro 3 for $250. Yes, it's old, but it works. And it works.
And guess what? I got a Surface Pro 3 that I paid when it first came out, $1,200. I think I got the 8 gigs of RAM, and I got the high-end version. And that same computer, you could probably get about $300 today.
Yeah.
That's the point, folks.
Yeah.
Think about this. And Everyday Tech, he brings up the most important point of the year. What's wrong with old flagships? What's wrong with them? But ain't nothing wrong with old flagships. People get in their mind, I want the 845 processor. I want 20 gigs of RAM. Okay, so what's going to make that newer device better than the old device?
Yeah.
It's going to be faster. Come on, man. Let's be real here, man. I think right now we have plateaued at the top of the mountaintop when it comes down to features.
Yeah.
I mean, what features can they put on the phone right now? We already talking about the Galaxy S9. All the thing the feature of the device. The best feature of the Galaxy S9 is they move the fingerprint scanner.
Yeah.
That's a feature. That's a feature.
They should have done that on the S8.
And you know what else a feature on phones? Headphone jacks. Now, Catwoman, you saw my video when I did. It's not even live on YouTube. And shout out to the VIPs that go watch that video. I criticized Apple in the video. I'm doing a headphone video, and I couldn't even find my damn dangle. I'm doing a headphone video with an iPhone, and I'm using the freaking cord, right? I got the cord in my hand, right? For a freaking video that I'm shooting a video with my iPhone on headphones, and I got the cord, and I'm about to plug it up, and I say in the video, oh, I got to go get my dongle. I come back on the video, I can't find my dongle. So I got to get an Android phone. I say that in my video.
Hashtag dongle problems.
I said in my video, I'm doing a headphone video with an iPhone, and it was totally terrible using the iPhone because guess what? It's no headphone jack. So headphone jacks is a feature.
Yeah, that is very true. That's very true. And Sean Vega said, most people cannot tell the difference between an old and a new processor. That's very true. That's so true. That's so true. And then Everyday Tech said, the real question is, when folks who claim they want or need the newest specs is, what are you going to do and use it differently? Answer, nothing. That's so true. Because when you get a new phone, you still use it the same way you did your old phone. So why you got to get the newest shit? That's so true.
Well, I want to answer Cafe. Cafe said to get AirPod. No, I was doing a video. I'm doing a promotional video. I'm doing a promo video for headphones. I don't know why I picked the iPhone to do a headphone video, right? And the headphones is Bluetooth, but it has a cord. It plugs into, because if you know headphones, it sounds better plugged in versus Bluetooth, right? So in the video, I'm giving a review of headphones with Bluetooth and with the cord. So I did it with an iPhone and I lost my dongle. I'm doing a video with my iPhone and I lost my dongle. So now I'm saying in the video, oops, I got to go get an Android phone because I don't have a freaking dongle.
He does say it. I can't wait till you put that.
Yeah, you saw me say, oops. You heard me in the video like, oops, I can't find a freaking dongle. I got to get a damn I had to pull out an Android phone. And let me tell you something. That's embarrassing for Apple. I'm going to just be honest with you. It's embarrassing for anybody that does tech reviews on headphones and you want to use the best device. Most people got iPhones. You don't have a headphone jack. You got headphones. How you go? What the?
I like that you kept it in the video because anybody else would have edited that out, right?
Yeah, I didn't edit it out.
Kept it in there.
I didn't edit it out. Oh my God, I did. And for all my VIPs, I will post that video tonight. But I can't believe I'm doing a headphone video and I got an iPhone 10 and I can't listen. And to this day, you know what's so funny? I got like iPhone 8s and I got all that, and I don't have no dongles for none of them. I don't know where none of my dongles at. So I got to see if my daughter stole my dongles or my wife stole the dongles. But I got a wire here, but I can't use iPhones.
Yeah, it's so true. So actually that's so funny. There's two back-to-back opposing comments. So Everyday Tech said, as a singer-songwriter, a headphone jack is a must. The sound is far better than a Bluetooth. And
yes,
then
it is.
Team Cardex said, headphone jacks is for dinosaurs and wireless is the future. So that's so funny, like those two opposing comments, like back to back. But I agree with what Sean V. Knight said. He said, let's be real, people. People upgrade their phones because it's a free upgrade. It's free. It's a free upgrade. All they hear is free. That's so true.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true. I know I got caught up on that too.
Yes. Oh, so we ain't using why. Look, Cafe. I do understand what Cafe is saying, but if I'm doing this, I do YouTube. I want to let you know I do YouTube and I do these promos. All right, let me show you guys this. Let me go back to my other camera. All right, so you see right there, these headphones, these are Bluetooth headphones, but they have wires. That means if I want to use a wire, which sound better using the wire versus Bluetooth, that means that I have to use a wire and I got to use my dongle.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the point. So I just want to show everybody that. So what happens with that, folks, is that when you use a wire, it sounds better than Bluetooth. Okay, so if you want to get the best sound, then you have to use a wire. All right, unless you got Bluetooth 5.0 or something, right? I don't know. Most of the headphones is 4.1. But if you want to get the best performance, this is what you got to use. Yeah. And so there it is. What you think about that?
There's this one song that I have to listen wired, and it's a Rihanna song. It's called "Needed Me," and DJ Mustard is the one who did the music for it, the sound for it, the beats for it. When I listen to that song on a wired buds with oh my God, the layers in that song. Yeah. Like that song is my jam, you know. When I listen to it on my Bluetooth, it's like it's a headbanger, you know. But when you connect it with the millimeter jack, you know, the aux, it's a body banger. Like it makes my body move. Like that is the difference.
Yeah.
Wireless Bluetooth, headbanger. With the cord, body banger.
Yeah. It's definitely different. It is a definitely different sound coming from Bluetooth to wired. It's definitely a different sound. And so I remember next time when I do my next headphone video, I cannot use the iPhone.
Basically, you learned your lesson.
I learned my lesson. Look, once I do my next video, I just can't use that. And I be trying to. The reason why I use iPhones is because a lot of people always ask the question: does it work with an iPhone?
Yeah, they do.
Does it work with an iPhone? Everybody always asks the question: does it work with an iPhone? So if you guys notice, I've been doing videos with the iPhone because people always ask the question: does it work with an iPhone?
Yeah,
there it is.
So you can answer.
The answer to the question is
still make the videos, but keep that. Oops, I can't find my dongle. Maybe you should just make that a recurring thing. I like that.
So my answer to everybody that like to listen to good music, good quality music, you want to hear good audio, you got to use a headphone jack. That's it. That's the point. And then the phone got to have a good DAC. Let's see. People listen to music, but they're not trying to get the best sound unless you're a DJ. Bluetooth and DACs are on the way in.
Nah, but you, like I said before, there's a difference.
There's a big difference.
Body banger, you know. Yeah. And the thing is that cell phones should cater to the music heads. They should, because they're the ones who put them on. They really do.
This is the biggest problem I got with Apple, right? Apple come up with the iPod. They specialize in music. Right? It was all about music with Apple, like Apple Music, Apple iPods, Apple this and Apple that, right? And all of a sudden, they was a pioneer of good music. If you want to listen to good music, get your iPod, right? And they took away the headphone jack. That's the whole thing that got me totally confused about Apple, is that for a decade, Apple always specialized in the good audio. They even have a special event, a music event, right? Don't Apple has a music event and they talk about music. They have people on stage doing a whole concert, and they take away the headphone jack. That's the whole. That's confusing to me, folks. Right? Look at my iPhone 10. You see my iPhone 10?
Your notch.
My notch.
Sean B. Nice actually brings up a good point. He said, "There's a difference when you use the aux in your car and when you use the Bluetooth in your car. And now a lot of cars don't have the aux. You can only do Bluetooth. And that is so true. There is a difference. When I connected via Bluetooth, it's like, but I remember when I was in my Honda Civic and I connected it the aux, and I was like, I wouldn't even get out of my car sometimes. I get to work and I'm just like, oh, the song is so good. Let me just stay here for like 5 more minutes, you know, wait for the song to end. But then now it's like, it's okay.
It's yeah. So, shout out to QC Dad. He made a comment. He said, "Easy. What are your thoughts about bloatware on smartphones of 2018?"
Oh, thank you, Derek, for this.
Derek always come through. Derek always comes through. Ooh, one of my biggest supporters on my YouTube channel is Derek. Thank you very much. QC Dad make a comment. He said, what are my thoughts on bloatware? Bloatware sucks, especially when you get it from a carrier. I mean, Verizon and AT&T. AT&T will put all the DirecTV stuff on your phone.
But Samsung is doing it right, though, because lately you could get rid of that bloatware. And you don't need to install a third-party app in order to get rid of the bloatware.
Yeah.
But
good. That's good. I mean,
every phone always has bloatware. It's so annoying.
Verizon Wireless put all that crap on their phones. T-Mobile T-Mobile put their bloatware in Sprint. Oh my God. Who has the most bloatware? Sprint, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile. All four of them put a lot of bloat on it. My thoughts on there is that when you got all that stuff running in the background, it does cause problems. It does. It causes problems, folks. It does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the Johnny Appleseed Music Festival. Exactly, Sean. That's exactly what I'm talking about, right? It's the Johnny Appleseed Music Festival that Apple does every year, and they talk about music, right? How you gonna talk about music and don't have a headphone jack?
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing. How you gonna talk about music and don't have a headphone jack? A lot of people say, "Oh, it's a dinosaur." And look, at first, I was preaching on this YouTube channel talking about headphone jacks are going away. Bluetooth was in. People get up. Y'all need to get up with the times. Even Google is getting rid of the headphone jack. Everybody get rid of the headphone jack until I started doing headphone reviews. When I started doing headphone reviews, everything about me changed. Because when I started doing headphone reviews, they're coming out with headphones and they got a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack adapter. And if you don't have a dongle swinging from the back of your phone, let me tell you something. I ain't never lost so many dongles in my life. I lost freaking dongles. You think about it, you get in your car and you don't have a freaking dongle. That's a choice between the Android and the Apple phone at that point, right? You say, okay, I'm about to go to the park, but I want to listen to music. I can't find my dongle. Well, I might as well go in and get my Nexus 6 because I got a headphone jack and I got Android music on here. That means I can listen to my Spotify, I can listen to my Pandora, and I got a phone right here. Mm-hmm. That's the point. That to me makes a difference with what phone you go grab. Am I go grab a Galaxy S8? I got a headphone jack. I'm gonna grab the Galaxy Note 8, or I'm gonna get the Galaxy S8 Active. I got a headphone jack. At first, I used to be preaching headphone jacks is irrelevant. I used to be preaching that, and now I'm changing my mind on this, guys. I'm changing my mind. Headphone jacks is a must.
Yeah,
because I've lost all about dongles.
Jonathan Souls said maybe the headphone jack removal was about battery space.
Well, we're not getting no battery. So we're not getting no better battery. Actually, the battery capacity that went down. Yeah. The only people that give you good batteries is mid-tier phones. I mean, you think about this. Mid-tier phones will give you 5,000 milliamp batteries. The flagships give you 3,200, 3,500 military. What kind of crap is that? I'm going to pay $1,000 for a 2,700 milliamp battery, a 3,000 milliamp battery, but I can pay $250 and I got a 5,000 milliamp battery. Mm-hmm. I don't understand.
Okay, so they're talking about Bluetooth 5.0. So QC Dad says, with the advancements we have made with Bluetooth 5.0, there's no need for a headphone jack. Is there? But I thought that there hasn't been an actual Bluetooth headphone that does 5.0 yet. It's just, they're still at like 5.2, 4.2, 4.3, stuff like that. So we haven't really seen it yet. Big House Production says, Huawei batteries for the win. Yes, Huawei's batteries have been really
QC Dad say headphone jacks is dead. Yeah, until you do, listen, as YouTubers, until you do all right, headphone jacks is dead. If I do a headphone review, I can't use a phone without a headphone jack. So to me, it's not dead. Think about this.
Thank you, Jonathan Soul, for the
Jonathan Soul. Yes, thank you for the super chat. All right, so if headphone jacks is dead, when I do videos on speakers I do videos on headphones. Well, I do videos on speakers and headphones. Then that means I cannot use an Apple device at all. I got to use Android. So it sucks for Apple that I can't promote their product because I can't use headphones in Apple because I need this. And if I lost my dongle, then I'm shit out of luck.
That's not a dongle. That's just an aux cable. You don't know where your dongle is.
I mean, I just don't know where my dongle is, right? That's what I'm saying. I mean, listen, I agree with QC that I used to preach this a long time ago. Headphones are dead. I used to preach this. I used to preach this a long time ago that headphones are dead. But I went back on my word because now I'm doing all these reviews on headphones. Now I'm doing all these reviews on headphones and all of them like, okay, if the battery run down, then you got 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, right? Okay, well, let's see. You only got a few phones that don't have it, which is Apple and Google. They decided to take it away. That means that I got to put out a Galaxy phone. That means I'm promoting Samsung, not Apple, because guess what? At the end of the day, they didn't provide a USB Type-C cord. They provide a 3.5 millimeter headphone cord. Think about that. Most headphone companies is going to provide you with this out of the box. They're not giving you USB Type-Cs out of the box. That means I got to promote Samsung or I got to promote somebody else. I can't promote Apple.
And that's why you're an agent. That's why they're paying you. That's why they're paying you. But even Apple themselves, the dongle that comes with the phone, you can't charge it at the same time that you're using the audio. You now have to buy another dongle that splits at the end so that you can listen to aux stuff while you're charging it at the same time. So unless you do wireless charging.
Right. Albert said I could promote OnePlus. Listen, I named the OnePlus.
OnePlus isn't paying you. Only Samsung is.
Look, I named the OnePlus 3T and the OnePlus 3 Phone of the Year in 2016. And the one I did not put the OnePlus in 2017 because some of the issues that they had. But hey, listen, Albert, you might be on to something. OnePlus, if they do right in 2018, they might get back in that top spot. Listen, the only headphone-less phones I've used that came with the earbuds that blew me away was the HTC Ultra. And look, I'm going to be honest with you. The HTC Ultra and the HTC U11 come with the U-Sonic headphones. Oh my God, that's the best sounding headphone. They ain't nobody put the best headphones in the box. Not these old crappy headphones that Samsung give you. Samsung give you these old crappy headphones. Apple give you these crappy headphones. HTC give you the bomb diggity. HTC give you the bomb diggity in the box. In the box, Catwoman.
Uno Knight said that there is, he said, Bluetooth headphones. I have 2 pair of different Bose wireless headphones that are 5.0. So yes, they can connect to 2 different devices at the same time with the Bose. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Mark T said U11 headphones is great. It does not matter. All music is compressed. I hear you. QC. Who needs SD card with 128 gigs of storage?
Me. I put a lot of shit in my phone.
Internal storage is not enough for winning my heart because 64 gigs is too low. I tell you what, we've reached. And look, I'm playing devil's advocate on this one because I've said it in my YouTube video. Listen. First of all, guys, let me make sure we understand. I got over 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel, and I've said a lot of things that people come back on me. I made a video maybe about a year ago, and I might have changed my mind today. And people going back and telling me, well, easy, back in 2015, this is what you said. And I've changed my mind on a lot of things. People calling me out. And I'm changing my mind again about 64 gigs of internal storage. I believe that in 2018, with the apps are being so large the games are being so large. People putting 4K videos on the internal storage. They're taking up too much space.
Yeah.
So 64 gigs is a no-go unless you got SD card support.
Yeah.
So I believe that 128 gigs, if you don't have SD card support, 128 gigs probably be the norm. If you don't have SD card support, or 256 gigs. Now, when it comes down to 512, maybe in 2020, maybe in 2019, we might be talking about that. But if you notice, apps are getting so large. Also, people is filming in 4K. 4K takes up a lot of space, folks. So 64 gigs right now is probably not too good.
Yeah. Yeah, having 64 gigs is like having 32 gigs right now.
Yeah. So
somebody Albert said 128 gigs is the new 32 gigs.
Yeah.
You ain't lying, Albert. You ain't lying.
Right.
I love what Sega text.
I mean,
said Albert facts.
The thing about it is we see mid-tier phones, $250. Listen, for a $250 phone, think about it. 32 gigs of storage is not bad for a $250 phone.
Yeah.
But once you get it to the $500 and $600 and $700 and to $1,000 phone, yeah, 64 gigs it sucks. Yeah, nah. Yeah, I agree with you, Albert. I agree with you. Listen, what about using the cloud? Now, here's the thing about the cloud, folks. You can use the cloud. Just say if you got a phone, you got a 4K video, maybe about 4 or 5 minutes. That's going to take up about 4 or 5 gigs in your space. You can upload it to the cloud, but you just make sure you're in Wi-Fi. That's the only problem. I mean, you're not uploading 4 gigs on data. Yep. See, data is different. If you're on data, you're not uploading 4K on data.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But there's some clouds that if you have a 4K video, it's going to downgrade it to 1080. So you just got to make sure you look at those stipulations. I know that right now with the Pixel, with their cloud storage, if you have the Pixel phone, it doesn't matter what type of resolution you have. It'll still store it, but that's only for 2 years. So, but then after that, you have to pay more. So you just got to look at the fine print when you do upload to the cloud.
Yeah. So QC Dad making a good points again. He said headphone jacks are like removable batteries. Now, listen, I do understand. I agree with you. That's why I still use the V20. I mean, the V20 got a removable battery, and the cameras are king supreme.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with you, man. Removable batteries is good if they still support it. Headphone jacks, taking away the removable batteries, man, look like we going backwards. It's like we going backwards. You go take away the headphone jack, take away removable batteries. We go take away this, but we gonna give you 3 cameras on the phone. Now we hearing the Huawei, the sub 20. The Huawei something 20, I don't know what it is, V20, whatever, P20 is going to have 3 cameras on the back. 3 cameras on the back. We get to the point where it's not the innovation is adding another camera. I mean, I thought cameras is all about the software, hardware and software intertwined. Now we're about to put 3 and 4 and 5 cameras on the phone. Is that the innovation that we're going to get? That's the whole thing. What about
Eric, Eric, they're calling us dinosaurs. I'm a T-Rex.
Dinosaurs. Yeah, we dinosaurs. We are dinosaurs.
Yeah.
The Phab 2 Pro had to.
Because we want the aux cable.
Yeah,
we want the IR blaster.
Yeah, we want
batteries.
Yes.
I'm Yoshi.
Yes. Yes, so we are dinosaurs. Yes, and that's the whole thing. So the Phab 2 Pro had 3 cameras because of Project Tango. They used the camera for depth sensor for the Project Tango. All 3 cameras didn't work. We used regular photos. The other 2 cameras didn't work, and that's why you know what the Phab 2 Pro took bad footage. Look, it was so funny. The Phab 2 Pro camera was not that great.
Yeah.
It was all made for augmented reality, by the way. Shout out to Tony Pazio, he's in the building. I have a zero limit case for my S8. Yeah, shout out to 4GT is in the building. Let's see, 3 cameras, wide, regular, wide angle, and portrait. So I guess we're gonna get to 3 or 4 cameras this year on phones. They're gonna be putting cameras all over the place. Yeah, they're gonna be putting cameras on the phone.
They're gonna put 2 innovation in the front camera and 2 cameras in the back. That's gonna.
They got a phone. They got 2 cameras in the front already, but we gonna see 3 cameras in the back, and we gonna see 2 cameras in the front. They put 5 cameras on the phone, folks, and they still go suck. That's because you need post processing. To get that done, right? You need a lot of processing power with a lot of software to get those cameras to work together. And I don't know when the phones first come out. I don't think the cameras are gonna be that great when they first come out. Now a lot of software gonna take about a year. You know how they do it. Go get your software updated about 9 months to fix the camera. So you'll have a camera and it's gonna be broken, and 9 months later they gonna fix it.
Yeah.
Let's see, 4 cameras on the small phone is the best. Yeah, 2 cameras in the front, 2 cameras in the back. I guess that's a portrait mode. When it comes down to no BS specs and smooth software, okay, so let's see, 16 cameras is the future.
Gotcha.
Well, we putting 10 gigs of RAM on the phone in 2018. I mean, look, once we get to the 10, we putting 10 gigs of RAM in the phone in 2018. Right? 10 gigs of RAM. So 16 cameras, and that won't surprise me, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're getting at. But we just have to add multiples instead of just fixing the software. Yeah. Because, I mean, the Pixel's doing it really good right now.
Yeah, Pixel doing a good job. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So just get your software game up, people.
Yep. And with that, on that note, we are past our cutoff time. You see how we have so much fun?
Yeah, I know. Time flies.
Time flies so fast. Wow. And
so, I wrote a list, you guys, of everybody that has been chatting with us. So let's give a shout out to everybody who came and talked with us before we go, okay? Who's ready for the shout out? Hey, here we go. So we got 10-minute tech reviews, tech for your needs, I tech you out guy, Ace Lucero. I said I take you out guy already. The tech couple, technically T. I already said tech for your needs. Art Dog, Big Dog, Cecil Betty, Uno Nice, Albert Yoon, Philly Jazzy Jeff, Ray, Zenigma, hashtag No 8 is Boss, Mark Torin II, Chuck Fraser, J Farm, Sixto Lewis, QC Dads, Stephen Moore, Marterier Ingram, Jerry G, Baby Lock, William Keish, Tech Baron, Camera and More, Telsby, Sean Vega Velez, Go Cell Phone Repair, Dexter Cumberbatch, Sega Tech, Yasmin Christian, Hakeem Kendricks, Louis McAnuff, Everyday Tech, Cafe Enterprise, Derek Floyd, Jonathan Soul, DJ Savory, Big House Productions, Andre Rivers, Tony Pazers. And thank you, Andre Rivers, for the super chat. Thank you so much for all of these people that were just chatting with us while we here talking. We love interacting with you guys, and that's exactly what Saturday Night Tech Talk is about. Just having that good old conversation. Thank you, Albert, you for the super chat. Thank you. It was fun.
I have a question for you, Catwoman, before we leave.
Yeah.
When we have 1,000 people on here, how you gonna do a roll call?
I'm gonna put a lot of Vaseline on my lips, and then I might have to take some sips and then do the roll call. But I love seeing everybody just having a good old time and just chatting with each other. There's so much love in here. I love it.
Oh man, so we're gonna get out of here. Thank y'all guys very much for watching this YouTube channel. Thank y'all for coming to Saturday Night Tech Talk. We do this every Saturday night. Don't forget about Wine Wednesday when we got the VIPs gonna be in the building. The ladies gonna take over. I love Wine Wednesday. I know if you don't love Wine Wednesday, we got live Wine Wednesday that goes down right here. Ah man, another episode, and man, you know, it's like it goes so fast. It's like you don't want to stop, but people like on here like having fun and they're talking and all that stuff like that. But yeah, it is nice, and I really do appreciate everybody that come. This is Eric from Music Computer Solutions. I see y'all Wednesday. Peace. Shout out to the VIPs. I'm about to drop this video in the VIP section. All right, y'all. Hope y'all ready for the boom.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.